Welcome to day 23 of Reset, Restart, Refocus. Okay, so it's Monday, and I had an extra day off today, which is kind of nice, and I got quite a few things done today, so that made me really happy. And one of the things that I did today, a little bit extra, is I watched some YouTube videos, of course, and there was another video, actually a series of 4 videos that I watched from Dr. Berg. I'm friends with Dr. Berg on Facebook Messenger. He sends videos to people. It's not just me, but it's like everybody that signs up for it. He sends videos to people and kind of pushes his supplements and his coaching and all that kind of stuff. I really have a love-hate relationship with Dr. Berg, but I don't know. I still watch him sometimes because he really is a wealth of information. When I first learned about keto over 2 years ago, Dr. Berg was the first person that I watched, and I learned so much from him. Some of the things I agree with and some of the things I disagree with. But for the most part, I agree with him. The part that I don't like about him anymore, it just seems like he's pushing supplements and shakes and keto coaching and just all sorts of stuff. And yeah, I understand that he has to make money, but I don't know, sometimes I just think people go overboard on that kind of stuff because you really don't need all of that. And I don't know, it's just my opinion. I still love him. I'm not real big into the supplement pushing thing, even though I know you need your electrolytes and that's part of what he sells. I don't know, I'm really on the fence with him, but I do love him because I feel like he's a wealth of information. So I learned some interesting things in this video series. You know, his videos aren't very long, but he packs a lot of information into them. So anyway, before I get to that, let's go on with the numbers. So yesterday, I did my live stream, and if you tuned in for that, and if you watched it on the replay, I know a lot of people have watched the replay. I'm really, really sorry about the last 30 minutes. There was a whistling sound, and the audio went way down. And I haven't really pinpointed what the problem was with that. Some people were saying the microwave and just interference with speakers and different things, but nothing had really changed. And this was my 4th meal prep, and with the same setup that I have right now, and nothing had really changed. And I'm kind of wondering if it might be my webcam. I mean, I just got this webcam for Christmas that my husband bought for me to do these live streams. And I'm wondering if it could have been the computer. I have a very old laptop that I'm using to stream on. And that was what my husband said that it might be, is the computer. And I'm hoping that's what it is. So next week I'm going to go with a different computer, and I'm hoping it's not the webcam. The webcam is on warranty, but I would hate to send it back. And that means that, I mean, what would I do? I guess I could do the live stream on my phone, but I don't know. I'm just really sorry about the audio the last 30 minutes if you stuck with me that long, and I know a lot of you did. So anyway, that's all that I wanted to say about that. So anyway, let's talk about yesterday and my food and my numbers. So here's my weight from Sunday. So on Sunday, I was 175, which means I was down 0.2 pounds. So I'm really hovering around that 174, 175 area for almost a week now. But it's okay, my body's just readjusting, and I kind of feel like I'm losing a little bit of inches. So we'll see about that next week. All right, so here's my blood glucose from Sunday. All right, blood sugar 86. Okay, so it was 86, and that means it was down 4 points. And then here's my ketones. And my ketones, 3.1. Yay! So my ketones were 3.1, so that means I was down 2 points on that. So overall, on Sunday, everything was good. And so let me share with you the food that I did record that I ate. Okay, so it's 12:30 and I'm getting ready to break my fast with some fat and protein. So I have 6 pieces of this large-sized pepperoni and 1 mozzarella stick. So let's take a look at this package. This is the pepperoni that I'm eating right now, sandwich pepperoni. And it has, it's kind of hard to read, I hope you guys can see it, but it has, for 1 ounce, and I have 2 ounces there, I have 2 servings, is 130 calories for each serving. Fat is 12, and carbs is 1. So there you go. So I've got about 2 carbs right here with the pepperoni. And then I'm using up the rest of this Cache Valley string cheese. I have 1 more piece left. And this, for 1 stick, is 70 calories, 5 grams of fat, 6 grams of protein, and 0 carbs. But I always count cheese and dairy as 1 carb. So there you go. Okay, then just about 1 o'clock or about 5 after, I'm going to eat up the rest of these Swedish meatballs. I just put a little bit of parsley and paprika on it for a little bit of color and taste. Okay, so I showed you the pepperoni and cheese that I ate, and then 30 minutes later, after I broke my fast with some fat and protein, I ate the last little bit of the Swedish meatballs that I had made the week before. But then after the live stream was over, if you watched that, you know that I had 2 pans of bacon that I burnt, and the kids were eating on that. And after the live stream was over, I was putting it all away, and I was snacking on some of that bacon as well. So, burnt bacon. Did I burn all the carb? Well, there's no carbs in it, but the calories and the protein out of it, I don't know. But anyway, we were snacking on it a little bit, getting rid of some of the black pieces and eating some of the ones that weren't so bad. So, actually, my intermittent fasting was kind of messed up from because I ate a lot later than I usually do. And not only did I snack on a little bit of bacon, I had one of those tuna cakes that I made because they looked so good and they smelled so good, and I just couldn't wait, and I really wanted to have one fresh. So I ate some of that too, which I didn't record, and I should have, but I kind of forgot. So anyway, that was all my stuff. I think I finished eating around, I don't know, 5 o'clock or so. I don't know for sure. But that's what happened on Sunday. So this morning, I weighed myself, and this is my weight. I was 175.2, which means I was up to 0.2 pounds. And still hovering around that area right there. So the messing up my intermittent fasting didn't really hurt me anything, and it didn't hurt at all. But because I'm still kind of doing the 175 thing. And so anyway, that's all good. So here's my blood glucose from this morning. All right, blood glucose is 88. Not bad. So I was at 88 this morning, which means I was up 2 points. Still not bad, still kind of the same. So everything's going good right there. And so last but not least, here are my ketones from this morning. And the ketones are holding strong at 2.6. So my ketones were 2.6, which means I was down 6 points. Is what it was, 0.6. So anyway, so those are my numbers. That's everything about that. I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm looking good, and everything's kind of staying around the same. I'm very, very happy with the numbers. I mean, the weight for the last week or so being at 174.8 to It's 175 point whatever. It's just kind of what happens, you know, when you've been losing weight for a while. And now that I'm on my 4th week, I'm just really expecting that. All right, so anyway, I learned some things from Dr. Berg in this video that I wanted to share with you. I took a lot of notes because I wanted to really hone in on what he was saying. And it was a 4-part series. And if you want to hear all the details on this series, it was called the Rapid Fat Burning Mini Course is what it was called. I don't know if it's on his channel or not. I couldn't find it anywhere. And maybe it's just a collab of a lot of things that he said throughout the years. But it's actually a low insulin diet is what he said some in one of the videos that I watched. And he gave a lot of good information on carbs and protein and fat. And some of the things that he said about protein kind of put my mind at ease as far as doing OMAD. Because he's a big proponent of intermittent fasting and doing OMAD. So I just want to share with you the key points on the 4th video when he kind of brought it all together. So what he said, just to kind of wrap it all up, is the goal is to do OMAD. He showed how to start at 3 meals a day and kind of push it to 1 meal a day and doing OMAD, a 23-1 diet, which is what I'm really working on right now. And I've been pretty successful at it. I kind of fell into it. I didn't really plan it or try to do it. I just kind of fell into it. And it's working for me right now. So that's what I'm going to do. But he says in your OMAD, this is how you should structure it, which is what really put my mind at ease. He says you should do 5% carbs. Keep your carbs at 20 or under. And I'm definitely doing that. Now, you know, he's big on 7 to 10 cups of vegetables a day, and don't count your leafy greens and your carbs and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff, right? And so if I'm not counting my salad, and I'm counting, like, I had cauliflower and tomatoes and cucumbers and all that, it's well under 20 carbs for that one meal that I'm eating. So, and then the ranch dressing, like I showed you, for 2 tablespoons is under 1 carb. And I don't know, all the other stuff that I'm eating, I know for a fact is well under 20 carbs for that one meal that I've been eating. So that's good. So the first video was all about carbs and which vegetables are the best for burning fat and which ones are not as good. And so that was an interesting video because I learned a lot. And I am using some pretty carby vegetables and seasonings in my cooking right now. Because, you know, I've been using onions, I've been using garlic, and we all know that those have, you know, quite a few carbs. They're not really bad, but they can be if you eat too many of them. So, anyway, he had a whole list of the good ones and the bad ones. And then the second video was about protein. And his recommendation for protein on an OMAD diet is 9 ounces of protein a day, which I'm pretty sure I'm getting close to that. And right now I kind of know this next week I will, because when I eat my bunless burger, I weighed those out to be 6 ounces, and then I have the string cheese and pepperoni to go along with it, and that's going to be at least 3 ounces. So I'm getting plenty of protein in my OMAD diet, which is good. So I'm under 20 carbs. My protein is 9 ounces for my OMAD. And then he talked about healthy fats. And a few points that he brought up in the third video about the fats is getting your fat from your food sources and not so much adding fat in. He said you can add fat in, but kind of keep it on the down low if you're really trying to lose weight. And he was saying, so that this was very interesting. He was saying that the leaner the protein is, the higher the insulin spike is. So if you're eating fatty meats, your insulin spike is not going to be as bad as if you're eating chicken, turkey, you know, a lot of fishes that are very, very low in fats. So that part was very, very interesting to me, because I have been eating a lot of like ground beef and different things like that. Now I did make tuna cakes, but I fried them in oil, which is going to bring the fat content up quite a bit. I added mayonnaise and cheese to the, not batter, but the mixture that I made, and I'm putting tartar sauce on top. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get plenty of fat, even though tuna is very, very lean. So I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to really watch that I'm not adding a lot of extra fat, and I'm getting the fat that I'm eating from the meats and the different things that I'm having. I just thought that was interesting. Okay, and then something else he talked about was doing body weight exercises, compound exercises, at least twice a week. That really helps with the fat burning stage, which is something, you know, that I fail at. I try, and then I get very inconsistent with it. So I'm kind of taking his tips very seriously, and I'm going to really add that in and see what happens with that. Okay, and then the third point that he had was sleep, which is something a lot of us struggle with. And he did show a little sleeping aid that he sells, you know, pushing those supplements. And but I can sleep. My problem is going to bed early enough. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 5:30, and I have the hardest time just stopping what I'm doing and getting to bed on time. But I have been getting around 7 hours sleep a night, which is pretty good. You know, if I get less than 7 hours, then I'm just not feeling well the next day. So sleep, everybody knows that sleep is very, very important on, you know, any diet, any health journey that you're on, just health in general, you know. And he didn't mention stress, but stress is another thing that can keep you from burning a lot of fat and throwing cortisol, you know, your cortisol levels going up like crazy. So, you know, we all need to find a way to manage our stress. Some of us have more than others. Some of us manage it better than others. But we all need to really learn some stress strategies, really, to lower the stress in our lives. So the fourth one was the nutrients that we really need. And of course, he talked about potassium, magnesium, sodium, you know, the big three, the electrolytes that we really, really need. And also he was talking about B1, B5, trace minerals, zinc, and chromium. And he was saying that chromium is really, really good for people that are insulin resistant. So if you're insulin resistant, look at your multivitamin if you're taking one and see if it has chromium, because I really think that that would help you a lot. And then the last tip that he had was number 5, was apple cider vinegar. And I used to be really, really good about having apple cider vinegar in this little electrolyte drink that I made every day. And I actually bought some LaCroix at the store today, and I'm going to start making that electrolyte drink again, because I really haven't been drinking it, and it's so good for you. And I'll show that in a video, how I make my electrolyte drink. I did that in a video a long time ago, but I've kind of changed it a little bit. And it was such a long time ago, I'm sure most of you have either never seen it because you're new to my channel, or you've forgotten about it because, you know, who's going to remember that? So anyway, that's what I have. Dr. Bergs, 5 tips for, let me tell you what it was called. Rapid fat burning is what it was called. Alright, so if you want me to go into more detail on the 3 videos that talked about carbs, fat, and protein, let me know in the comments below, and I'll add them into my Reset, Restart, Refocus videos, and I'll just hit on one of each of those points, and I'll let you know what he said about that, because I'm really not sure how much of it is on his channel. It was just a message that was sent to me through Facebook Messenger. So there's no links that I can give you or any way that I can just point you in that direction. So if you want to know more, let me know in the comments below, okay? Alright, So that's all that I have for you today. So until tomorrow, keep calm and keto on.